You ever notice how sometimes she just melts around you? Like when her eyes soften, her voice lowers, and she starts sharing things no one else knows? You probably thought she was just being friendly. Or maybe you didn't even notice it at all. But here's the truth. There are hidden signals women give off. Signals even she doesn't fully understand that show you're making her feel deeply safe. Moments like when she leans in, playing with her necklace. Or when her laughter turns quieter, almost vulnerable. Did you catch it? Or did it slip right by? Have you ever noticed a woman acting this way around you? Drop it in the comments if you have, and stay till the end to uncover the most surprising hidden signal. You're sitting across from her at a small coffee shop. The conversation is light, something about a weird TikTok trend or a new ramen spot she wants to try. You're laughing. She's laughing. On the surface, it's casual. Fun, ordinary dot, but then something shifts. You don't catch it at first. Maybe no one would. But her shoulders drop, just slightly. Her grip on the cup softens. The corners of her mouth relax, and she leans in. She's still smiling, but it's different now. It's not performance. It's presence. And here's the wild part. You didn't say anything clever. You didn't make a bold move. You didn't flex your achievements or make her jealous with stories about other women. You were just grounded, calm, listening. And without even realizing it, you made her feel safe. Most guys have no idea this is even happening. They chase charm, not comfort. They try to impress, not to understand. But what she's really scanning for goes way deeper. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Before a woman ever decides she's attracted to you, her nervous system asks a different question. Do I feel safe with this man? And not safe in the obvious sense. Not safe, as in he won't hurt me, although yes, that's foundational. But safe, as in, can I drop the mask around him? Can I speak and not be judged? Can I share my weird, chaotic, beautiful mind without watching him flinch? And when you give that kind of safety, something opens inside her, not out of obligation, but instinct. She leans in, she lingers. She shares more than she planned to. You're not just some guy she's talking to. You're the pause she didn't know she needed. But here's the twist. She won't announce it. She won't say, "Hey, you're making me feel emotionally safe right now." Because she doesn't consciously realize it either. All she knows is she's drawn to you. Not because you're the loudest in the room, but because being around you feels like exhaling. Like home, like peace. And the signs? They're there. Tiny, invisible shifts that most men overlook completely. But you won't, because you're not. Like most men, you're the kind of guy who pays attention, Don. So here's what you do next time. Watch her body, not her words. Is she holding her breath or letting it go? Is she perched and tense or slowly melting into her chair? That's the language most guys miss. But now that you've seen it, you'll never unsee it. And what you'll notice is that the moment she feels safe is the moment everything changes. It usually starts so subtly, you'd swear it was nothing. You're out at dinner, maybe somewhere with dim lighting and soft music playing in the background. She's teasing you about something. Maybe the way you hold your fork, or the ridiculous thing you said earlier about pineapple on pizza. Her voice is playful, quick, sharp. She's laughing, leaning in, riding the rhythm of light-hearted banter. And then, it happens. Her voice shifts. You don't realize it right away. Most guys never do. But suddenly, her words stretch out. Her tone softens. She lowers her voice just a little, barely above a whisper, almost like she's letting you in on a secret. She's still smiling, but there's a warmth in it now. Slower, sweeter, safer. What's happening here isn't just casual conversation anymore. It's an emotional transition. Most men think she's just feeling more relaxed after a drink, or maybe she's just tired from the day. They chalk it up to external things. But that's not what's really going on. She's slipping into what I call emotional safety mode. And her voice? It's her subconscious showing its hand. Women's voices naturally soften when they feel safe. It's biology. It's psychology. When she feels protected, accepted, and fully seen, her nervous system starts to regulate. Her body tells her, I'm safe here. And her voice follows. Here's what's fascinating. She might not even notice she's doing it. But if you pay attention, you'll hear it dot. It's that moment when she starts talking slower, when her words linger between breaths. When she starts sharing something that isn't just surface dash level dot. It could be about her childhood, or that strange dream she had last week, or the thing that's been weighing on her mind that she didn't even intend to bring up. She might start with, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but... And just like that, you're not on the surface anymore. Now here's the crucial part. Most men fumble this moment. They get awkward. They make jokes to fill the space. They rush in to solve or analyze. But you're different. When her voice shifts, you hold steady. You listen. You lock eyes calmly without forcing anything. And in that space, you create something most men never experience, a deeper loop of safety. You'd be surprised how powerful that moment can be. She starts to feel things she can't explain. Why does being around you feel so comforting? Why does she feel like she can tell you anything? It's not a trick. It's not a tactic. It's presence. It's emotional leadership. Next time you notice her voice softening, don't rush it. Don't break the spell. Just lean in slightly, hold her gaze, and let it unfold. Because that's not just small talk anymore. That's where connection lives, and from that moment on, she won't forget how it felt to speak to you. It always catches you off guard. 1 minute, you're laughing together about some meme she saw earlier. Something ridiculous about cats and sunglasses or a guy falling off a treadmill. It's light, easy, playful. And then she pauses. Her eyes drift for a second, as if she's searching for something inside her mind. And then, almost out of nowhere, she says it. You know, I never really tell people this, but... And there it is. The moment most guys completely overlook. It doesn't seem like much at first. You think she's just being random, opening up because she's comfortable in the conversation. Maybe you even assume it's something women just do, overshare and talk too much. But you'd be wrong. This is something else entirely. When a woman self-discloses, when she tells you about her fears, her childhood memories, the weird dream she had at 4 a.m, or her anxiety about her future, it's not random. It's her subconscious running a test. She's not consciously thinking, let's see if this guy can handle my vulnerability. But her nervous system is feeling you out, asking, can I trust him with this part of me? It's a test of emotional containment. And most men fail it instantly. They interrupt. They change the subject. They get uncomfortable and start making jokes. And just like that, the moment's gone. The door slams shut. She retracts, laughs it off, moves on. But here's where you stand out. When she shares something personal, without you asking, without prompting, without fishing, and you simply hold that space for her, you create a type of safety most men can't even imagine. It's in the way you stay calm, grounded, unshaken. It's in the way you don't rush to fix her problem. It's in the way you just listen. She feels it instantly. Her body knows it before her mind does. This man isn't afraid of my depth. And once she feels that, she opens more and more. Because women are like emotional oceans. They only reveal their depths when they feel the shore is steady. Here's what's even more fascinating. The moment she shares something vulnerable, her attraction to you spikes. Not because you solved anything, But because you passed the test most men don't even know they're taking. You weren't the loudest. You weren't the funniest. You were simply solid, safe, and that's rare. Next time you're in conversation and she suddenly brings up something personal, something deep, raw, or emotional, remember this. Don't analyze. Don't interrupt. Just breathe, listen, and let her speak. If you feel it's right, you can say something simple, like, "Thanks for sharing that." That's it. No more needed dot, because in that moment, you're showing her the truth. You can handle her. All of her dot, and trust me, that's exactly the kind of man she won't forget. It's funny how easy it is to miss this one. You're sitting together, maybe at that same cozy coffee shop, maybe at a bar where the music hums just low enough to hear each other talk. You take a sip of your drink, lean back slightly in your chair, and shift your body to get more comfortable. And without even thinking, she does the same dot. She crosses her legs right after you do. She leans back just a little. She touches her face when you adjust your collar. It's subtle, barely noticeable. Most guys wouldn't think twice about it. They assume it's just coincidence. Or maybe she's just fidgeting, like everyone does when they're sitting down for a while. But what's really happening here is one of the most primal, automatic signals of connection in human psychology. She's mirroring you, and not on purpose. This isn't about manipulation or some dating trick she's trying to pull. This is her body speaking before her brain even catches up. Here's the deeper truth most men never realize. When a woman feels emotionally safe, her body instinctively aligns with yours. She starts to synchronize. She matches your posture, your gestures, even your breathing rhythm dot. It's an ancient social mechanism, a physical way of saying, "I trust you. I feel safe near you." And it's not something she can control. But here's the crucial part. Mirroring isn't something that happens when she's impressed by your words or your looks. It happens when she feels your presence. When you're calm, grounded, and fully in the moment, you project a quiet confidence that pulls her in, whether you're speaking or just sitting there in silence. And she responds. Without even realizing it, she adjusts her chair right after you do. She tilts her head when you lean slightly forward. She mirrors your smile, your laugh, your pace dot. It's subtle. It's invisible to the untrained eye. But you're not untrained anymore. Now here's the move most men never make. And it's powerful dot. Next time you catch her mirroring you, lean back just a little bit. Slowly, casually. See if she follows. When she does, you'll know exactly what's happening. That's not coincidence. That's comfort. That's connection. That's her body revealing what her words won't. And in that moment, you've stepped into a space most men never access. A space where attraction flows beneath the surface. Quiet but undeniable. Because she doesn't just like being around you. She feels safe. And your rhythm dot at first, it just sounds like teasing. A quick, playful jab here and there. Maybe she calls you trouble with a smirk. Or she rolls her eyes and says, "Ooh, you're so annoying," as she bumps you lightly with her shoulder. You laugh it off, thinking it's just her being playful, maybe even flirty. But there's something deeper happening here, something most guys completely miss. This isn't just teasing for the sake of it. It's not sarcasm. It's not hostility. It's a hidden signal of safety. Because here's the truth. Women only play fight, tease, or challenge men they feel emotionally safe around. Let me explain. Playful teasing is risky. It pushes boundaries in a lighthearted way, but underneath it, there's a test. It's her way of saying, "Can I poke fun at you without things getting weird? Can't we engage in this playful push and pull without you getting defensive or insecure?" And if you pass that test, everything changes. Think back to the last time this happened. Maybe you were walking side by side, and she bumped into you with her hip, pretending it was accidental but clearly intentional. Or maybe she smirked and said, "Wow, "You're such a dork." But the way she smiled after said something else entirely. Most men get confused here. They either take it too seriously and get defensive. "What do you mean I'm a dork?" Or they miss the playful undertone and let it slide completely. But you're sharper than that now. You'll recognize the emotional safety hiding beneath the surface. Because the moment she feels safe enough to tease you, she's showing you that she trusts you to handle her playful side, her mischievous, flirty, slightly rebellious energy. And here's where most guys blow it. They either escalate too quickly, trying to turn it into something overly sexual, or they shut down because they don't know how to respond. But you're going to play it differently. Next time she bumps you playfully or calls you trouble, you'll lean in just enough. You'll smirk, meet her eyes, and deliver a calm, playful response. Maybe you say, "Oh, so now you're picking fights, huh?" Or just raise an eyebrow and let your silence tease back. No overreaction. No trying too hard. Just relaxed, playful energy. That's where the magic happens, because what she's really saying when she teases you is this: "I trust you enough to drop the mask, to play, to be in this moment." And once she knows you can meet her there, without flinching, you've unlocked a level of connection most men never reach. She's not just playing around. She's showing you you're the kind of man who makes her feel safe enough to be herself. This one sneaks up on you. No warning, no obvious shift, no clear moment to mark its arrival. You're sitting beside her, maybe on a park bench as the sun dips below the horizon, casting soft gold over everything. Or maybe it's in your car, parked somewhere quiet after a long drive, the engine off, the world hushed. You're not talking. Neither is she. And yet, there's no rush to fill the space. She's not fidgeting. She's not reaching for her phone. She's just there, fully there, breathing with you in that quiet. And most guys, they panic in this moment. They think, "Oh no, is she bored? Am I supposed to say something? Should I crack a joke or start a new topic?" But here's the secret very few men understand. When a woman feels truly safe around you, she stops feeling the need to fill the silence. You see, most social interactions, especially in dating, are like little performances. Everyone's on stage, playing a part, filling every gap with words, laughter, noise. It's all a dance to avoid discomfort. But emotional safety, it's different. It's when the silence doesn't feel empty. It feels full. Full of ease. Full of unspoken connection. Full of something deeper. Neither of you needs to explain. In that quiet, her nervous system settles. She can just be. And here's what's wild. She won't even realize how rare this is until later. She won't consciously think, "Wow, I sat in silence with him and it felt amazing." But she'll feel it in her body, in her bones. She'll leave that moment wondering why she feels so drawn to you, why she can't stop thinking about you, why she feels so at peace when she's near you. It's not about what you said. It's about what you didn't need to say. Most guys try to force connection through words. They think talking more, being funny, or telling stories will create closeness. But the deepest closeness, it's quiet. It's her leaning against you, her head resting softly on your shoulder. Both of you just watching the world go by without a word. It's her sitting in your presence, fully herself, no pressure to perform. That's the ultimate sign of safety. And if you ever find yourself in that moment, here's your move. Do nothing. Don't speak. Don't shift uncomfortably. Don't crack a joke to break the silence. Let it be. Because the man who can hold that silence, the man who can sit calmly in that space without needing to fill it, that's the man who makes her feel something she won't feel anywhere else. Next time it happens, notice it. Smile softly to yourself. Let the quiet wrap around you, both like a warm blanket. Because in that moment, she's not just sitting next to you. She's telling you, without words, "I feel completely safe with you." Most guys, they never see it coming. They're too busy chasing the obvious signs, the loud laughter, the over-the-top compliments, the dramatic displays of affection. They're stuck in the mindset that attraction always has to be flashy, noticeable, unmistakable. They think it's about grand gestures and fiery chemistry that lights up the room. They're waiting for some dramatic spark, some unmistakable green light that screams, "She's into you." But here's the cold, honest truth. That mindset, it blinds them to the most powerful signals of all, because emotional safety doesn't. Shout-dotted whispers, dotted lingers in soft glances and relaxed shoulders. It hides in quiet laughs and playful teasing. It shows itself in mirrored movements and unspoken comfort. Most guys walk right past it. They're chasing fireworks while missing the steady glowing flame right in front of them. Why? Because they're too focused on themselves. They're thinking, am I being funny enough? Am I impressing her? Is she laughing at my jokes? It's all about performance, and when you're stuck in performance mode, you miss everything that isn't obvious. You can't spot subtlety when you're too busy projecting. But here's where you're different, because now you know. Now you've seen it. You've seen how her body softens when she feels safe, how her voice slows and sweetens when her guard drops, how she opens up without prompting when she senses your calm presence, how she mirrors you without even realizing it, how she teases and plays because she trusts you'll understand, and how she sits in silence, not awkward, not anxious, but simply there. Because with you, there's no need for noise. These aren't loud signals. They're quiet, subtle, easy to miss, but not for you. Not anymore. Now you're the guy who notices, the guy who watches calmly, the guy who listens deeper than the words. And that's magnetic. Because while other men are scrambling for her attention, trying too hard, chasing validation, you're sitting there, grounded, present, UMBOTHERE, dead, and she feels it. She feels the difference between a man who needs attention and a man who already has it within himself. She feels the ease of being around someone who isn't desperate for a reaction, who isn't trying to rush the moment. That's the paradox most men never grasp. The more you chase these signals, the more invisible they become. But the more you relax, the more you simply observe, without attachment, without expectation, the more clearly you'll see them. Because here's the truth. Women aren't looking for men who force connection. They're drawn to men who can hold it. And that's exactly what you're becoming. Next time you're with her, whether it's on a date, at a party, or even just walking side by side, don't look for the loud moments. Look for the quiet ones. Watch how she leans in when you speak softly. Notice the way her breath slows near you. Feel the space between you shift when words fall away, because that's where the real connection hides. And now, you're the kind of man who'll never miss it again. Let's be real. Most of what you see out there about dating and attraction is all about seduction. The tricks, the lines, the games, how to make her chase you, how to spark jealousy, how to get her hooked. It's all noise. And here's the irony most men never see. The harder you chase seduction, the further you drift from the very thing that actually draws women in. Because here's the truth that sits quietly beneath every real, lasting connection. Safety isn't just about comfort. It's the doorway to desire. You want to know why? Because a woman can't fully desire a man unless she feels safe in his presence first. She might flirt with the mysterious bad boy. She might laugh at the charming player's jokes. She might even engage in surface-level tension with the guy who knows all the right lines. But none of that lasts, because without emotional safety, there's no space for her full self to emerge. Her playful side, her sensuality, her depth, all of it stays locked away when she doesn't feel safe. But when she does, when she feels that rare, Steady energy from a man who doesn't need to impress, who doesn't need to control, who simply is. Everything changes. She relaxes. She leans in. She opens up in ways even she doesn't fully understand. And here's the part no one tells you. That feeling? It's addictive because safety doesn't bore her. It frees her. It allows her to express every side of herself without fear, without hesitation, without masks. And the man who gives her that experience, he doesn't need to chase. Should chase him. Not because he's the most handsome. Not because he's the funniest. But because she feels something around him that's almost impossible to find elsewhere. Peace, presence, possibility. You've seen it happen already in the softening of her voice, the unprompted sharing of her inner world, the playful teasing, the mirrored movements, the quiet, shared silences. That's not just emotional safety. That's the foundation of desire. And the best part? You don't need to change who you are to create this. You don't need lines or tactics or tricks. Just need to lean into the version of yourself that's calm, grounded, observant. The part of you that's not chasing noise, but listening for what's underneath it. Because when you do that, when you lead with presence instead of performance, everything else falls into place. She feel it before she even realizes it. And once she does, she won't want to let it go. Use your mantra from this moment forward. Make her feel safe. And everything else follows. Repeat that to yourself before every date, every interaction, every moment of doubt. Because safety isn't weakness. It's strength. It's leadership. It's the most magnetic, irresistible advantage you'll ever have. And you've got it now. Her voice softens and slows down when she talks to you. She shares personal stories or vulnerable thoughts without prompting. She unconsciously mirrors your body language or pace. She teases you playfully and engages in light. Protect their challenges. She's fully comfortable sitting in silence with unophones. No rush, just presence. Save this checklist, because next time you spot even one of these signs, you'll know exactly what's happening, and you'll know exactly who you've become.